Welcome to CFP Exam Prep. Today we're diving into retirement plan eligibility requirements, specifically focusing on qualified plans and the critical changes brought by the Secure Act. Let's break down the core concept of eligibility requirements. Traditional qualified retirement plans like 401ks typically require employees to meet two basic conditions. The first is reaching age 21, and the second is completing 1 year of service, which means 1,000 hours worked within a 12-month period. These are maximum requirements, and employers can set more lenient standards if they choose. A common mistake CFP candidates make on the exam is confusing the maximum allowable waiting period with required waiting periods. Remember, employers can allow immediate eligibility, but they cannot make employees wait longer than 1 year or require an age higher than 21. The Secure Act introduced significant changes for part-time employees, and this is frequently tested on the exam. Prior to the Act, employers could exclude part-time workers who never reached 1,000 hours in a year. Now, long-term part-time employees must be allowed to participate if they work at least 500 hours per year for 3 consecutive years and reach age 21. When calculating eligibility for these part-time employees, you must count years beginning January 1st, 2021. Here's a practical example that often appears in exam questions. Consider an employee who works 600 hours in 2021, 550 hours in 2022, and 525 hours in 2023. Under the new rules, this employee would become eligible to participate in 2024, assuming they're at least 21 years old. Many test takers mistakenly exclude these employees or apply the wrong hour threshold. Another critical area where candidates stumble is understanding service computation periods. The initial eligibility period starts on the employee's hire date, but subsequent periods can shift to the plan year. The exam might present scenarios where you need to determine whether an employee has met the hours requirement across different measurement periods. Let's examine a tricky example. An employee is hired on July 1st, 2022, and works 600 hours through December 31st, 2022, then 500 hours from January through June 2023. Although they worked 1,100 total hours, they haven't met the eligibility requirement because the hours weren't within a single 12-month period. Test questions often try to trap you with similar scenarios. When studying this topic, focus on these key points. Know the maximum statutory requirements cold. Understand how the Secure Act modified part-time employee rules. Be able to calculate service hours across different measurement periods. And remember that eligibility requirements apply uniformly to all employees in similar job classifications. Before we wrap up, here's a powerful memory tool. Think of eligibility as a 3-legged stool. The first leg is age 21, the second is the 1,000-hour rule for full-time employees, and the third is the new 500-hour rule for part-time workers over 3 years. If any leg is shorter than allowed or missing entirely, the plan risks disqualification. Practice questions involving eligibility requirements often include multiple variables and scenarios. Take your time to identify the employee classification, relevant time periods, and applicable rules before selecting your answer. This methodical approach will help you avoid common pitfalls and maximize your success on the CFP exam.